Hello everyone, Nick from Firearm Cards here, and today we've got a blast from the recent past. Zendikar Rising was the first set that Wizards of the Coast released these set booster boxes, and we're going to see how well they've sort of held up to the year or so they've existed for. The top cards we're looking for in this set are Agadeem's Awakening, Omnath, Skyclave Apparition, and some of the modal DFCs. And we will save the box topper expedition till last. So as with all set boosters, it is just 30 packs rather than 36. However, there was the higher hit rate for cards. So let's just dive right in. We're only opening this for fun. We're not really looking for any huge amount of value. The set has been out for a while. It is just a nice thing to see some signed art cards. Still don't know if these art cards have much in the way of value. Don't need to look at any of the commons. Straight through to the rare section. As you know, we're seeing a lot of these Zendikar cards now, so just see what we can find in the pack really. We will take a second to admire the art cards as we go along, but for everything else we'll just skip through to the proverbial good stuff at the back. Let's try to find a space to put all these cards down. Oh, and Merfolk Windrobber, when rogues were a thing. So who's actually still playing any cards from Zendikar? I know with Midnight Hunt, Kaldheim took over a lot, didn't it? I think the power has definitely upped in the game since. We've got a squad commander for the rare. I do feel like looking at some of the more recent set boosters, there's definitely a higher hit rate of rares and mythics. Here I feel like it is almost like a draft booster still. I think because this was such a new product, Wizards were still working on what they could or couldn't do with it. And ooh, foil art. However, the one upside to it is there was the introduction of the list. Oh, and we have our first foil rare, and we've got a Rest in Peace from the list. Like I say, anything that's got decent value to it, prices will come up on screen, but for the most part, we are just opening this just to see what cards there are. Another foil land again, very nice to see. Another Inscription of Ruin, and our first mythic, Seagate Stormcaller. Alright, so maybe I was a bit too excited with the first couple of packs when there wasn't a huge amount coming out of them, but hey, it's the playmat. Again, some of these rares are worth pennies, aren't they? And uncommon list card we'll put over in its own separate pile. And looking at some of the prices of these cards and thinking about how much they were worth when they first came out, some of them have come down quite a bit. Obviously you'd expect when this goes out of print, some of these cards may go back up in value if they don't get a reprint. I feel things like Agadeem's Awakening, Shat Skull Smashing, those sorts of cards, it's going to take a while for them to get an excuse to reprint a card like that, so maybe they'll go up in value, but for now we've not really hit anything. Some of the pathways might be good, they're still worth a few pounds each. Even they've come down in value, so Archpriest of Iona for the rare. But yeah, I've opened quite a few of the more recent set boosters, And obviously that's definitely in the direction that Wizards are wanting to move the boosters. But opening these and looking at these, this is almost as if I'm opening up a draft pack rather than a set booster. Other than the set booster has the occasional list card and the art card on the front, the rest of the pack seems just like an everyday booster pack, with just most of the packs only having one rare and one foil, which is the same as the normal booster. So yeah, it's a year of this being the standard now as well. Obviously it was released at the end of, well, I say the end of the pandemic, September last year. September last year. So it was sort of after the, I should say, the first wave of pandemic, but since then, yeah, it seems like people missed out a bit on playing this. Is our Sam the Trickster? Again, good rogue card. Oh, we'll have a double rare pack here, and a list card. So some of these packs are alright, but again, with the amount of cards that we're looking for with the value, we haven't really hit any of them as of yet. So it does seem just like just a draft pack, but smaller. Less cards, less boosters, more expensive. I don't know. I'm quite, not pessimistic, but should we say realistic on what these products are like. So why we do these box openings, just so you can see, you know, if you're going to buy a whole box, are you going to get your money's worth out of it or not? So, and we've got Nahiri, the Planeswalker Mythic, and we've got a foil Archpriest of Iona, and we've got Root Runner for our list card. Ooh. I think my favourite part of these is the art cards, really. Still don't think there's any real value in them, but we've got an Archon of Amira and Nahiri's Lithoforming for a double rare pack, which isn't so bad. As I recall, we did a few of these box openings before Kaldheim came out, I think. I think we found that the value we got was from the expedition on the top. If you hit a good expedition, you hit value of the box. If you didn't, then you didn't. And our first pathway of the box as well. I thought we'd hit a couple more pathways, but for the time being, I feel like it's more opening this just for the fun of seeing what we get rather than anything else. But a second pathway, so we're hitting a few of them a bit lower down, and we've got Nimble Trap Finder for our third. So we've got 2 mythics and 3 foil rares, so you can't really complain at about just over halfway through the box. I'll tell you what, just skipping through it all and getting to these good cards at the end is definitely making the videos much shorter. I've got a Charix for the rare, and that's all we got in that one. And anyone who's looking forward to Crimson Vow, I think the spoiler season starts on the 28th of this month, is it? I think Wizards are doing an announcement for it then, so that's something we are looking forward to seeing. And we've got Tree of Tales for our list card. Nine packs to go. I think so far the best value we've hit are in those couple of pathways, which are only like, you know, £3 or £4 each. So we'll just see if we can get anything else. Another, and here is Lithoforming. And Skyclave Apparition. I mean, that's one of the higher value cards, £6, £7, something like that. And we've got a foil pathway, which is nice to see. So we've got some good cards, some average cards. I think we've got a few copies of that art card there. And another pathway. Wow, complaining that I wasn't seeing any pathways, and then we've seen, what is that, 4 or 5 in one. And we've got mythic number 3 with Amelia's Call. Bit of a better pack. What is that? 1, 2, 3, 5. 5 pathways in 3 or 4 packs. Not bad, really, I suppose. Skyclave Relic. Not the most valuable of cards. And we've got an Alpha Kavu for our list card again. Not sure the value on the list cards. However, if they are worth anything, I'll have popped it up on the screen, so you'll know just as soon as I will whether or not there is value in them or not. Scoot Swarm with the alternative art. Again, this was super popular when it first came out, but obviously, as time has gone on, people have moved away from Scoot Swarm and the Mutate. Well, since Mutate rotated out, you can't mutate onto it at the moment now. So, and we've got Tajuru Paragon for the rare, and a Nimble Trap Finder for our double rare pack. Last 4 packs. Let's see if we can hit what mythics are we looking for. Agadines, Seagate, Shatterskull. One of those 3 would be nice to see. And we've got a Verazol, which is none of them. I think that's the second one we've hit as well. It's just good to see how these set boosters have come along, and it does still feel like you get, well, you get more rares and mythics in the more recent set boxes than you do in these. But again, can't really complain. Second Planeswalker, 4th mythic. However, for the price you pay, I feel like set boosters need to offer more value, or is it just the fact that so many people are opening these boxes, there's so many cards on the secondary market that doesn't make it, you know, the price comes down that way. And this, if I'm not mistaken, is our first full art card, and it is a pathway, so that must be pathway number 7 or 8, I think, something like that. Hopefully lucky last pack. And let's see what we get. And we have Crawling Barrens for the rare, so it's obviously not a pathway, but still a land. And Luminarch Aspirant. And we've got a Calming Lycid for our final list card. Right, and then finally we have the Expedition box topper, which I will open very carefully in case we hit a Cavern of Souls or something like that, because that is what we're looking for. And we have got a Strip Mine. It's not the worst, but then it's also not the best. But being an expedition, we are going to put that straight into a sleeve. And that was it. So, like I say, it was just for a bit of fun this. So the final value of the box will be on the screen now. So yeah, hope you've enjoyed it, and we will catch you in the next one. Bye for now.